EDC items comes in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and sometimes the smallest one are the one that really saves a day. In this video, I want to showcase you 15 of my favorite small yet very powerful everyday carry items that you can also add it to your EDC. Coming up in this video, let's go. Hi, my name is Ayan. On this channel, I'll help you find the right tools for your daily life adventures, and some adventures might look massive and big, but they can be easily handled by really small everyday carry items. And in this one, I want to showcase you 15 of such items that have really helped me in the past, and I still take them with me. Some of them are a part of my everyday carry, some of them I take on my trips while I'm traveling, and some of them I only take on selectively location because I can foresee some things that they are good for. So let's start with the very first one that I've added to my EDC a couple of years ago, and that is a TSA approved padlock. I think a padlock is a really underrated EDC item, especially when you're traveling abroad. There might be some situation in some neighborhood while you are walking and you might not feel secure because of whatever reason, and a small padlock like this can come in really handy because then you can lock in your sling bags, you can lock it your backpack and feel a little bit more secure. And always remember, whenever you are traveling and you don't want to fall prey for pickpocket or any snatching, you don't have to be the best when it comes to security of your bags and your sling bag. You just have to be better than everyone else, and usually people don't use any sort of padlock. So if any snatcher or pickpocketer see just a small padlock in your sling bag, then they will not attempt any sort of a robbery. And yeah, that is really helpful for me because there have been some neighborhood in the past when I'm traveling to London, in Europe, and also some other places in US. I use my padlock to just lock my bag, my sling bag, whenever I'm taking a metro ride late in the night. And also in Amsterdam, you can rent your bicycle, you can rent lockers in public area, but you still need to provide your own padlock, so that it comes really handy. Also, if you're backpacking and staying in hostels, which I often do, then you can get the lockers for free, but you need to supply your own lock. And same in the case of the public gym and saunas and spas and whatnot. So I highly recommend that you pick a TSA approved padlock. TSA approved because then you can also use it in airlines, and then you don't have to worry about TSA breaking into your bag to check things up. So yeah, that was my first favorite small EDC item, a padlock. Alright, moving to the next item. This has been a lifesaver, especially when I'm doing gym and my body is sore. If I'm getting an itch on the back, I cannot reach my back because my arms are really sore from a gym workout, and that is where this item comes in handy. So this is a telescope scratcher that you can use to scratch your back. You can scratch your body wherever you want. So at first glance, it might look like a weird fork, but it's not. It's a scratcher that you can use to scratch your back to reach the places that you cannot reach before. And as I mentioned, especially when I'm out of the gym and I have a itch on the back, because of all the pumping, it really hard to get at the back, so that comes in really handy. I'm not really sure if I would be able to find a link to this because I picked up in a local market in Melbourne, but I will definitely look for some alternative and put the link in the description below. Alright, so moving to the next item that you can add to your everyday carry. This is a small pry bar. It's called tie zag, and this is available on my website APX Tool. And trust me, if you just have to add one new tool in your everyday carry, then I highly recommend everyone to try a pry bar. And this one is actually a pry bar multi-tool. You can use it to pry things, you can use it to scratch surfaces, open bottles, and it also has a back socket which can easily take a standard size screwdriver bit, so that is also comes in really handy. This one is made out of titanium and it double up as a fashion accessory. As you can see, I'm also wearing one over here. It always stays with me, and you don't have to buy this one. You can get another small sort of a pry bar, but if you want to check it out, it's gonna be available on my website apx.tools. Alright, moving to the next item. I think this is the most underrated small everyday carry item that is definitely a game changer, especially for me. I cannot think of leaving home without this, especially in summer season. This one is a single use wet wipe, and oh my god, I cannot really tell you how much I'm dependent on this. I always carry at least two with me whenever I'm leaving the house. You can wipe your face, you can wipe your hand, and you can wipe your sneakers if you are getting into dust or anything. And this one is a single use one, as I mentioned. Really handy, really comes really rescue you from a lot of situations, and it has done a lot to me. I cannot really express how much gratitude I have for single use wet wipes. And this one is really good. It smells really nice, and again, as I mentioned, it can also be used to wipe your sneakers, wipe your wallets and whatnot, especially when you are caught in sort of a mud or any sort of situation. I like this one by Wiz because this one is biodegradable, so I don't have to worry about any carbon footprint and all. Including the packet is biodegradable, so that's really good, and it's also alcohol free, so you can get it. I think you can order like 500 of them and keep it in your everyday carry. Whenever you are leaving home, you can take a couple of them, and if you're having the Kinex wallet, you can also attach it at the back of it. That's my preferred way of carrying it, but definitely you can throw it in your backpack, your back pocket, or even your sling bag for that matter. Alright, moving towards the next item, I am a huge fan of carrying pen in my everyday carry, and lately I'm getting a hang of carrying smaller pens and not the big size pen. I get it that writing on big pens is really smooth, and that's something that I also prefer, but especially when I'm carrying a small passport size notebook for daily journaling, even sometimes field notes, then a small pen comes in really handy. And the pen that I recommend is this one. This one is a Submarine Pen, which is available in India. You can buy it on Amazon, and it comes in different color. In fact, I love this pen so much that I have almost all the colors that they are making. So I have them in black, I have them in metal gray, I have them in green, blue, and red one also stays with me in my wallet, the Rubin wallet. So you can definitely pick them up, and it's a really good pen. I think it's just for 100 rupees per pen. So it's a great pen, but I totally get it if you have a habit of writing to a full size pen, and that's where I can also recommend this new pen that I've added to my everyday carry, and this one is the Kaweco pen. So Kaweco is a pen maker manufacturer from Germany, and they make some really great quality pen in roller, I think also in ball pen, and most of the famous one is the fountain pen. I have the roller refill here by Kaweco. It's write really well, and the reason I love it is because once you add your cap over here, you get the feel of a full size pen. So it becomes a full size pen, and because it still have a very small form factor, it closes in like really small. So if I have to compare it with the Submarine Pen, I think they are almost equal length. It might be a little bit bigger. So here is the Submarine Pen, and here is the Kaweco pen, so almost the same size as you can see, but this double up as a full size pen. So if you just attach it over here, then you can see then it becomes a full size pen. And this clip doesn't come with the Kaweco pen, so I have bought it separately, but I think it looks really good, matte black on gold. But yeah, I highly recommend to have a small pen always with you, ready to go in your everyday carry things. Alright, moving ahead, let's talk about something that I just added in my everyday carry recently. Just like last week I ordered this one. So this one is the new Daily Object can charger. I really hated that Daily Object doesn't sponsor this channel because I promote a lot of their stuff, but anyway, I really like some of their products. So this one is a new can charger that they have. This one is a 45-watt charger. That means you can charge your phone, you can charge your iPads, maybe also your laptops, and it has two USB-C port over here. So really good can charger, and the best part of it, this one is a retractable. So whenever you want to use it, you can just use it and put it in the wall adapter, and then it goes back when you don't want to use it. So the form factor of it is really good, really small, and they make I think 3 charger, but this one is having the best form factor of them all. And I throw it in my sling bag for everyday carry, and as I mentioned, it's really good. Comes in multiple colors. I picked the blue one because my phone is also blue, and over here there's a small Daily Object branding. 45 watt, not really bad for this size of form factor GAN charger, and look, I can also put it in my front pocket and I will barely notice. So really good product. I think DO is doing really good job, and some of their products are okay, some of products are really good, but yeah, I have been using it for 1 week, and so far so good. It's charged my phone in less than 40 minutes, which is great, from 0 to 100 my iPhone 16. And yeah, the form factor is really something to die for, so I can highly recommend this one. I'm gonna be putting the link in the description below as all the items. Alright, on similar note, I can also recommend carrying a small form factor all-in-one charging cable, and this is one of my favorite. This one is the InCharge X. I think now you can get a lot of different companies, but InCharge X is the one which started it. So this is a small magnetic cable, and it can do 240 watts of charging, so it can handle all sort of charger, all sort of devices. On one side you have full-size USB-A, over here you have USB-C, but once you open it, you have the lightning, and lightning also double up as USB micro, which is phenomenal design to see. And on the other side, similarly, you will get a USB-C over here as well, and because it's magnetic, you can just attach it to your keychain and it closes it up. So you can have one cable that can charge all your devices, and you will never have to worry about another cable. And yeah, InCharge X is the one that started it all, but I think now you can also find some cheaper alternatives, so I'm gonna be putting the link to them as well. Talking about the next item, because these days everyone is getting a lot of packages daily from Amazon, Flipkarts and all sort of things, I can highly recommend to invest in a good box cutter. I am a huge fan of carrying a pocket knife, but to be honest, to open packages, I don't ruin my pocket knife. I keep the blade sharp for other things, for all sort of for daily adventures. But for cutting boxes and for opening packages especially, then I use this AP X tool Raava. There are few units available on the website, so if you want to pick it up, the link will be in the description below, and you can also check out the full video I made it on the channel. But it's a simple standard industrial box cutter blade. You have one position over here, then you have full position, and then you can fully take the blade out and change it for the new one. It double up as a multi-tool because on the back you get a small carabiner, These are the hex driver that you can use to drive some nuts. And over here you have a centimeter scale, over here you have an inch scale, and then this one also double up as a bottle opener. So it's a really good tool to have with you all the time. And on the back there is a hole, so you can pass it through your keychain. You can add a paracord lanyard, or you can add a leather lanyard. By the way, it comes with the paracord and the leather lanyard, so you don't have to worry about it. And yeah, it's still available on the website. You can pick it up, but I highly recommend to have a box cutter, and don't ruin your precious expensive knives for opening Amazon boxes. Alright, on the similar lines, I also recommend to pick this Kinepex Cobra XS. This one is the EDC cult favorite plier. This one is the Cobra XS by Kinepex, again a German company. Really well made plier. I'm a huge fan of Leatherman style tool, but they can be really bulky to carry. But I always require some sort of a tool which I can use to hold the things. For example, when I'm building drones, I want to hold some wires while I'm soldering. I sometimes also need to unscrew some nuts and things like that. And Leatherman used to comes in really handy, but as I mentioned, it's a really hard to carry Leatherman because it's quite big and quite huge. And this Kinepex Cobra XS plier have totally replaced my Leatherman, and I don't think I'm gonna be putting it away from my EDC anytime soon. It easily fits in the small jeans pocket as well, and I've also added this sort of insulating heat shrink tube over here. And then you can find the videos on Cobra, Kinepex Hex. There are a lot of things people are doing, all the way from opening cylinders of oxygen to jump starting their car and all sort of things. This has been a really essential tool, and this stays with me in my EDC pouch, the video that I made a couple of weeks ago, so you can also check it out completely. And yeah, I highly recommend everyone to pick a Cobra Kinepex XS. Not a cheap tool, but definitely a great German precision tool to add it in your everyday carry. The next underrated small tool is again by APX Tools, and this one is something that I recently dropped. This one is the APX tool Silox, and this one is a small canister that you can use to carry multiple things. So for example, over here you can use it to carry some toothpicks, you can use it to carry emergency cash, your pills. It's waterproof, it can stay with you in your key organizer, and it looks good. As you can see, comes in a pair in matte black and one in the metallic look. It's available on the website, so do pick it out if you want. The next tool in my list is this one. This one is something that I recently picked, and I started loving it since the day I first used it. So this one is the nail cutter by Victorinox, and Victorinox is one of my all-time favorite company. They make some great knives, Swiss Army knives and tools, and this one is no different. So if you look at the form factor, you can see this one is a really small form factor nail cutter, and you can actually use it in your key organizer if you will. And the way you use it is, if you flick this up like this, then it totally rotates 180 degrees, and then you can use the nail cutter, and it's really good, really precise, and I think I am not gonna be buying any other nail cutter anytime soon. And like all the Victorinox tool, it also comes with a lifetime warranty, so if anything goes wrong, they will replace it for free. And look at that, it's such a satisfying click. Yeah, that is some really amazing tool, and I highly recommend you pick it up. I'm not really sure if it's available in India, but I think it should be. I'm not sure if it's cheap or expensive, but I'm gonna find the link and put it in the description below. But as I mentioned, I'm not going back on any other nail cutter after using the Victorinox nail cutter, so that's why I highly recommend this one. Another thing that I highly recommend from Victorinox for everyone to have, even if you don't like Swiss Army knife, is to catch a classic SD. So classic SD is one of the most popular Swiss Army knife, and this one is the classic SD limited edition, the 2025 that I recently picked. But it comes in all sort of shapes and size and colors. It comes in metallic scales, it comes in Celador scale, almost any color that you can think of you can find. So over here you have a scissor, and Victorinox scissor are really great. Trust me, you can rely on them for any kind of things. And on the other side you have a small sort of a blade, again really sharp, and then you have a small filer. This one is a diamond file. This you can use as a flathead screwdriver, as a pry bar and other things. And again, it comes in a lifetime warranty. If you go for the Celador scale, the things that you get extra is a tweezer, and you also get an extra toothpick, but I think I like this one better. And you also get silicone case for this, which you can also use, which I have shown in one of my past video. But yeah, classic HD, one of the most underrated small multi-tools that I can highly recommend everyone to put it in your everyday carry. Especially if you're carrying in the keychain, then definitely look for the Alox version. Alright, moving towards the 13th item, the small everyday carry item that I can recommend is this one. This one is the IKEA AQI sensor, the air quality sensor, and this one has a LED which tells you what is the air quality of the place you are in. This one works on USB Type-C and it shows 3 different colors. The red means it is the worst air quality, it's more than 300 I think, and then there is orange which is moderate, and then there is a good air quality, shows you green color. Especially if you are in India where air quality is really bad, then you can carry it and see what is the air quality of your surrounding. So I have been carrying it to different places to see, and I also use it in my home to just know if there is a bad air quality, and then I use my air purifier. I think this one you can find on IKEA India for 700 rupees, and they are also started shipping to some locations. So yeah, if you want to pick it up, I will try to find the link and put it in the description below. Alright, talking about some travel, sort of a small thing, one thing that I highly recommend everyone to pick is a foldable tote bag. And I cannot stress enough, I have said this multiple times on this channel, that a foldable tote bag is a life savior, especially if you're traveling and you don't know what kind of things that you might end up carrying, might end up bringing back, then a tote bag comes in really handy. And this one is a recent pick. This one is by Nota Bag, and this one is a foldable tote bag, so you can open this up and then you will have a tote bag like this. So let me quickly open it and show you. So this one becomes a tote bag, and then you can add your things over here, and then it can also becomes like a backpack. So it has a string, and if you are fed up of carrying it as a tote bag, then you can use it as a backpack. So Nota Bag is one option, but if you go to Decathlon, then you will find even more options. So whatever you prefer, you can pick it up, but highly recommend having a foldable tote bag or even a foldable bag. Similar to this, whenever I'm traveling or whenever I'm going to the picnic, this is a new EDC tool that I've added. So this one is a travel spoon by a company called Maple. I think it's a Dutch company and it's made in the Netherlands, and it's a really good travel spoon. It comes in this case, and how you open this case is you can flick it like this, and then you can bring the spoon out, and that is how the spoon looks, and you can just slide it, and then you have a full-size spoon ready to go. So I have been in a situation multiple times where I wish that I just had a travel spoon or travel cutlery, and that's why I picked it up, and I always carry it with me whenever I'm traveling. It is a really high quality spoon, and over here you can see that it's not going anywhere unless you press this one, and only then it will fold. Very minimal branding over here. Maple is one of my favorite company which makes great products, and the case looks really good. You don't have to carry it in the case, but if you want to, you can just do it, and it flicks it like this. I really wish they make a set where you also have a fork and a knife, but for now I think they only make the spoon one. But you can add your own travel spoon or fork over here. I think there is some space which I haven't tried yet. But yeah, any sort of travel cutlery is a really good addition, especially if you travel a lot or if you go on picnics. Alright, so I have shown you 15 of my highly underrated small EDC item that you can add and improve your everyday life, but there is one more bonus item that I can show you. So this one is something that I've recently picked and added to my EDC. This one is a pocket-sized Bhagavad Gita. Irrespective of any religion, irrespective of any belief, I think it's a great read. Srimad Bhagavad Gita is one book that I can recommend everyone to read, and I have picked it from this company called Gita Daily. I think it's an Instagram page where you can also find a link to their Razorpay store, and it looks really small. You can carry it with you every day. You can read one chapter daily, and I've read it few times, and I've also gifted to some of my friends. It comes in this case which keeps the book safe, and also has this thing so you can also attach it to your keyring. I don't do usually, but I still keep the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in this case, and I think it is absolutely gorgeous, especially if you want it for yourself. I definitely recommend you read it or gift it to someone. So yeah, that was all the everyday carry items, small EDC items which are highly underrated, which you can add it to your everyday carry and improve your life a bit. But before you go, check out this video where I showcased my all essential urban everyday carry items, and this video where I showcased all the EDC items that I never travel about. And thank you for staying till the very end, and I'm gonna see you in the next one.